Okay, so warm up similar to what I did the other week. We've got swivel hips, some pigeon stretches, there's some seal rocks, and then instead of air squats that we did last week, you're gonna do some toe touches. So if you just plonk yourselves on your mats or on your floor, whatever you're doing now, hands behind your back, feet slightly wide and shoulder width apart, and then just pop your knees down to one side. Try and keep your hips as low down as you can. Be able to lift up a little bit. And then if you do roughly 10 in total. Oh, your back might crack like mine just did. Oh. And then when you've done near enough 10, don't really matter if you're not counting. If you stay on your left side, go into your left side. What's that? Kettlebell. Go into your left side pigeon stretch. If you want to get a little bit more weight through it, just come up onto your hands, or you can just lie on the floor if you've got the room and stretch out. If you plonk your bums back down, go back into the swivel hips again. Let's kettlebell out the way. So again, roughly count to 10. Doesn't have to be overly accurate. Then you're going to do the opposite side pigeon stretch. So for me, it's the right side. So leave that foot across the front of the body. Stretch that leg out. If you want to stretch your arms out, if you've got the room, go for it. You're going to put a little bit more weight through your head. Just come up onto your hands. And from there, if you just put your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your foot back so you're in your press up position, pop your knees down, sit back onto your heels, and bring your hips back to the floor, not up to the ceiling. So again, we'll do roughly kind of 10 backwards and forwards of your, I call them seal rocks, I'm sure they probably call something else. I'm sure there's probably an official yoga name for them. Let's just do one more. Then when you're in that last kind of seal stretch, curl your toes up on the floor, lift your hips up, you're going to go into your downward dog. Left hand's going to touch your right foot, go back into your press up position, and then right hand to left foot. So you're going to do 10 of your toe touches. So you're kind of dropping in and out between your downward dog and your press ups. And then once you've done your 10, back through it one more time. So back onto your swivel hips. So we'll just go through this twice. So again, roughly about 10 on each side for your swivel hips. Again, just try and get your knees down as low as you can. Oh, knee cramping as well. And then if you leave your left leg across the front, so go to your left side pigeon stretch. Yeah, if you want to put a little bit more weight through, just sit up. Have a little wriggle about as well. Might find you a little bit tight on certain bits. Plonk your bum back down, hands behind your back into those swivel hips again. Oh, I can't believe how much everything's cracking today. And then right side pigeon, so if you leave your right leg across. So if you've got the room, you can stretch your arms out. Or sit up and put a little bit more weight through the hip. So again, put your hands down, bring the leg back, so into your press up position. drop your knees on the floor, sit back onto your heels, leave your arms outstretched, and then come back forward into your seal stretch. Going to try and keep your shoulders rolled back. You're just going to move in and out with the stretches. And then once you've done your turn, curl your toes again into your press up position, up into your downward dog, left hand to right foot, and then back into your press up, into your downward dog, right hand to left foot. Then 10 or roughly 10 toe touches. Last one. Whew. Okay, so basically you've got there's 5 exercises. Some of you've done before. Well, most of them you've done before. There's 2 that you've probably not done. You're going to do an AMRAP. So your AMRAPs, as many rounds, as many reps as you can, but you're going to do it for quite a while. You're going to do it for 24 minutes. So basically, after the last exercise, you just go straight back into the first one, and you just keep going through it and try and get as many in as possible. You're basically going to do, first exercise is going to be 9 reps, second exercise will be 12, third will be 15, fourth will be 18, and then the last one's 21. So after the last exercise for 21 reps, you just go straight back into the first one for 9 reps. So your first exercise, we just have a little practice. Your first one's going to be double crunches. So you've got an ab exercise to start off with. Totally not put this mat in the right place, I'm bound to hit something. Hold on to your kettlebell by the ball. Thumb and fingers wrapped around the handle. Slap the kettlebell over your chest, slight bend in the arm, bring it back overhead, but before you hit the floor, lift your feet up, bring your knees over your hips, keep your lower backs down, and then just reach with the kettlebell right over your shins, and have a big stretch out without hitting the floor, and then tuck back up. Okay, pretty straightforward. So for the first exercise, you're going to do 9 double crunches. So it's not a lot of crunches. So you've got 9 crunches. After you've done those, you need to pop yourselves up. You want to hold on to the kettlebell. If you want to hold on to it by the ball, like you did for your crunches, you can do. I'll probably hold on to it by the handles. Keep the ball at your chest. You're then going to do 12 goblet squats. So screw your feet into the floor. If you're getting all the way down to the bottom, just make sure you got your elbows right inside your knees. And it's just straight up and down. Have a little warm up with your squats. Whew. God, it's warm already now. So you've got 9 crunches, 12 squats. You're then going to do 15 tricep extensions. So this one's a little bit tricky. If you've got quite a large kettlebell like I have, and can do quite have, you and possibly as well, they're quite hard to hold on to. If you struggle keeping hold of the kettlebell, just turn it into 15 push-ups instead. Or if you want to mix it up, you can do it. Don't really mind. So for your tricep extensions, I'll do this kneeling, but you can do it stood up if you want to make it a little bit easier. You want to hold on to the kettlebell. I would generally hold on to the handle, bring it up overhead. You want it right around the back of your head. And all you're doing from there is keeping your elbows still, and then just pressing straight up. So you're going to straighten your arm up and just try and keep the elbows tucked in. So you're not, I'll just whack myself in the head. You're not flaring your arms and elbows out to the side. Keep your elbows tucked in. And then you're straight up and down with that kettlebell. If you struggle with it, if you're finding it difficult to hold on to, because they are a bit cumbersome for this, like I said, just do 15 push-ups instead. So you've got 9 crunches, 12 squats, 15 of your tricep extensions. You're then doing 18 gorilla rows. So I'm pretty sure we've not done this before. So for your gorilla rows, feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Start with the kettlebell with the handle facing away. Knees over your ankles, hinge at the hips, so you kind of get in that kind of start position for your swings. And then with one hand, pull back into your waist, onto the floor, switch hands. So the kettlebell's always hitting the floor. Everything stays still, apart from your arms. Okay, so keep your shoulders back nice and flat. So you should feel a lot of tension in the back of your hamstrings to start off with. Oh, this is going to be a good one, this one. So you've got 9 double crunches, 12 squats, 15 tricep extensions. You're then going to do 18 of your alternating gorilla rows. After you've done the gorilla rows, you're then going to finish the round with 21 of your two-handed swings. So again, for the swings, knees stay still, hinge at the hips, push your bum back, and then drive your hips through as fast as you can. Make sure you squeeze your glutes in. And then if you think about popping your knees back as you push your hips through, you'll get a nice, or you should get a nice snapping motion. And that's basically it. So 9 double crunches, 12 squats, 15 of your tricep extensions. And if you struggle holding onto the kettlebell for the tricep extensions, just do push-ups instead. Do them on your knees if you need to. 18 of the gorilla rows. And then 21 swings. So after you've done the 21 swings, you just go straight back into the 9 crunches. Okay, so you're trying to get through it as many times as you can in 24 minutes. I've got no idea how many times you're going to get through this. If you need to take a break, take a break. It's thankfully not that hot today, but you are inside, so you probably will sweat buckets. Take water whenever you need to, but basically just keep working for 24 minutes. You'll hear a buzzer go. I'll keep giving you the pointers and tell you where you're up to time-wise. It quite possibly could be the longest 24 minutes of your life, but we'll soon find out. So your exercise again, 9 double crunches, 12 squats, 15 tricep extensions or push-ups, 18 gorilla rows. Just make sure you keep your backs nice and flat on the gorilla rows, and then 21 swings. Okay, then after the swings, just straight back into the crunches if you can. Like I say, if you need to take a break, take a break. Just go at your own pace and just get through as much as you can in the 24 minutes. Okay? That's simple. You ready? I don't know why I'm asking if you're ready. I can't say anybody. Okay, we're going in 10 seconds. So it's 9 crunches first and then 12 squats. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So 9 crunches. Try and keep your feet in the kettlebell off the floor. And you don't need to come right up onto your sit bone. Keep your lower backs down. And then reach with the kettlebell over your shins. And then once you've done your 9, pop yourself up and do 12 squats. So feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Try and get as low as you can on the squats. And then once you've done your 12, you've got your tricep extensions. You can do it standing up. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can do it kneeling down. But hold on to the handle. Press the kettlebell up overhead. Try and keep your elbows tucked in. And then you've got 15 of your tricep extensions. If you want to make it a little bit harder, kneel down. If you want to make it a little bit easier, just do push-ups. Unless you find push-ups really difficult, then that's not easier. And then once you've done your 15 tricep extensions, you've got 18 of your gorilla rows. So feet at least shoulder width apart. Hinge at the hips, nice flat back. Pull the kettlebell back up into your hip if you think aiming for your belly button. So you're always starting from that dead stop position from the floor. Oh, my hamstrings are feeling this. And then once you've done your 18, You've got 21 two-handed swings. Go nice and snappy with the hips when you get to the swings. And then once you've done your 21, you've done one lap, you've got just under 21 minutes. So just go straight back into your crunches. So you've got 9 crunches. So get 9 crunches, 12 squats. So big stretch out the arms and legs, try not to hit the floor. And then once you've done your 9, back into the 12 squats. And then once you've done your 12, you've got 15 of your tricep extensions. Again, if you want to make it easier, stand up. If you want to make it a little bit harder, kneel down. And then once you've done your 15, 18 of the gorilla rows again. So hinge at the hips, knees over your ankles, keep your shoulders back. Start from that dead spot position. Try not to move your back and lift your chest. The only thing that should be moving should be your arms lifting that kettlebell up. And then once you've done your 18, I think I just did 20, 21 swings. So 18 rows, and then back into your swings. Get nice and snappy with those legs. Squeeze your glutes as you drive your hips through. And then once you're done, you're 21, you're back into the crunches again. You got 17 minutes left, just over. So I reckon we'll probably get, so maybe another 4 or 5 in. If my maths is good, which it isn't. So get a big stretch out on these crunches. Once you've done your 9, back up into your squats. Then once you've done your 12, you've got 15 tricep extensions. I have to do this one standing up, I think. Oh, that's a bit easier. So yeah, just watch your head on the tricep extensions. Keep those elbows in. And just lock the arms up overhead. And once you've done your 15, back into your 18 gorilla rows. Yeah, nice flat backs on the gorilla rows. Once you've done your 18, back into your 21 swings. And once you've done your 21 swings, back onto the crunches again. Get nice flat backs in the swings, keep your shoulders back. Relax your upper body out. And feeling I should have done this out in the rain. It's a little bit cooler. So again, 9 crunches when you're back to the start. Big stretch out the arms and legs. Try and keep your kettlebell and your feet off the floor once you've done those crunches again. Back onto the 12 squats. Get on the squat, screw your feet into the floor. Pop the knees out a little bit, try and get nice and low. Get those elbows on the inside of your knees. This one leaning down. Whew. After your 12 squats, 15 of your tricep extensions. So again, on those triceps, try and keep the elbows tucked in as much as you can. Your shoulder flexibility, your thoracic flexibility will probably limit how close you can keep your elbows in. After you've done those 15, back onto 18 of your gorilla rows. Now everything should stay still on those rows apart from your arms. and obviously the kettlebell. Whew. Once you've done the rows, back onto the swings. Get nice and snappy with the legs. Relax your arms and shoulders off. Just let that kettlebell swing back. Try not to control it too much. Oh. So we've got just over 10 minutes. So again, once you've done those swings, back onto the 9 double crunches. So again, you're just trying to get through as many reps and rounds as you can. Like I said, we've got just under 10 minutes left. So again, so we're doing those 9 crunches. Back onto the 12 squats. So feet roughly shoulder width apart. Keep those elbows in, keep that kettlebell up at your chest. And then once you've done those squats, back onto the triceps. So when you get to these triceps, as you're lowering that kettlebell behind your head, try and get to at least kind of 90 degrees with your arms if you can see yourself. So after you've done 15 of the triceps, back onto 18 gorilla rows. Get a nice flat back on the gorilla rows. Make sure you sit the hips back. So get that tension in your hamstrings. Whew. Oh. Once you've done your 18, 21, swings again. I've got just under 7 minutes. I think possibly 2 more. Get a push. Definitely get 1 more in. So again, once you've done the swings, back onto the crunches. Again, just keep that, your feet in the kettlebell off the floor. And you want to keep that lower back down, and then just bring your knees over the top of your hips, and then reach over your shin with that kettlebell. Whew. Oh. Again, once you've done those, So after your swings, another round down, back onto the crunches, and then back onto the squats. Oh. So 9 crunches, 12 squats, and then 15 of your triceps. Oh, they're getting tough. So 9 crunches, 12 squats, 15 triceps, 18 of the gorilla rows. Again, after you've done those, 18 gorilla rows. Again, just keep the backs nice and flat. 21 swings. And then you've got just over 3.5 minutes left. Oh. See how much you've done those swings. Keep going. Let's see how far you can get in that time remaining. So get a big stretch out on those crunches. Oh. 3 minutes left. Oh. So again, 9 crunches, 12 squats, 15 of your triceps. Just over 2 minutes left. Oh, nearly there. Got 9 crunches, 12 squats, 15 triceps, 18 rows. Just under 90 seconds. 1 minute. So if you get 3 set of swings, straight back into those crunches. Oh. 40 seconds left. So again, don't stop at those crunches. Don't stop at the crunches, don't stop at the swings. Straight back into the crunches. You've got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax it. Whew. I've got no idea how many we did then. I reckon it must have been 7, maybe 8, not too sure. Oh. So if you've got some water, have a little bit of water. If you've got a little sweat towel, just wipe yourselves down and we'll have a stretch out. Oh. Oh, I've got no energy left now at all. Okay, let's have a stretch out. So, let's see what I'm doing there. Moving that back. So if you sit on your butts, so same as what we usually do. Oh, I'm not sweaty, even my top's sticking to me. That's disgusting. Knees into your chest. Grab the bottoms of your heels. Try not to grab your toes. But all the way through these stretches, just keep pointing your toes back towards your head. And then just walk your feet away. But keep your chest on your thigh. Just go as far as you can before you feel like you need to sit up. So it's knees into your chest, chest on your thighs. Walk your feet out as far as you can get them, but it doesn't even matter if your legs, like my legs are still slightly bent. So keep pulling your toes back. You're still going to get it stretching on your calf and your hamstrings. But just try not to grab your toes because you'll just stretch your upper back and not your hamstrings. And grab your heels. So if you just think, get your forearms down to the floor rather than just trying to straighten your legs up first. And then if you leave your, let's go left leg. So leave your left leg in front. As long as you've got no issues with your knees, just go into kind of like a hurdle stretch. But again, bend your leg at the knee to start off with. Shift your rib cage over your thighs. Try and work your forearms down if you can. And then if you can get your forearms down, just try and straighten that leg up. Again, just keep your chest down onto your thigh. Try not to sit, unless you're really tight. Try not to sit upright, get your chest down. And again, keep pulling your toes back towards your head. Oh, our hamstrings are tight. And if you slowly come out of that, just bring your right leg round and out to the side. So if you get your legs into the straddle, so as far apart as you can get them, clasp your hands together. Start over one leg, and then just bounce yourself across to the other leg, and then just keep working from one leg to the other. Just try and reach a little bit further on each bounce. So you should get it, you're still going to get it on your hamstrings, but you should get it on your adductors to the inside of your legs. And if you bring your feet back together, and then just shift your left leg around the back. So you get your right leg in front. Again, bend your leg at the knee. Rib cage over your thighs. Try and work your forearms down first. If you can get your forearms down, try and straighten your leg up. But again, keep pulling your toes back so you get it on your calf, right into kind of the chunky part of your hamstring. And then if you slowly come out of that, leave your right leg in front. Put yourself into a lunge position. So you're trying to create a box with your calf and your thigh, that left leg. Lift your foot up, grab your foot, pull your heel in. You should feel it stretching on your left quad. If you're not feeling anything on your quad, keep a straight line all through your hips. So from your knee through your hip and up to your shoulders. And then just lean forward into it. Try not to just lean with your upper body. Let your hips drop forward. So that right knee will come right over your toes. And you should feel it on your quads. If you can't pull your foot into your butt, if you get a towel or if you've got a strap, wrap the strap round and pull that foot in. And then slowly come out of that, switch your legs around. So you've got left leg in front, break that box again, lift your right foot up, put your right foot into your butt. If you can't feel anything on that quad, let the hips drop forward, but try and keep that straight line from your knee all the way up to your shoulders and through your hips. And then if you slowly come out of that, put your toes together, knees out to the side, sit back onto your heels. I can't remember what they call this in yoga. I think child's pose, maybe. Stretch your arms out in front. Let your head relax on the floor. And you can just, it's quite a nice stretch for your lower back. If you want to get a little bit more of a stretch, kind of right down your lats, keep your hips still. And then just walk your hands over to one side. And then whichever side, so if you walk over to the right side, you should feel a really big stretch down the left side. Like that, if you do go to one side, just make sure you walk across and do the other side as well. That's it, guys, all done. Another one down. Imagine what's in store next week.